Hey, what's going on, guys? Hex Competitive back in today with a brand new video, and this is episode 15. The title's probably going to end up being different and not just say the original, episode 15, My Hero Academia anime review. It's going to say, I agree with Stain. That's what it's going to say. And, throughout the rip, people will be like, whoa, Hex, why do you agree with Stain? Now, I just want to, dive right into that immediately, right? Because Stain says people shouldn't, heroes shouldn't be heroes. There's so many heroes out there that should not be heroes because they stand for the, the wrong reasons. They don't stand for what All Might stands for, and that's why, Stain said multiple times in this series already, since we've seen like the past 3 episodes, that All Might's the only one that can take Stain down. He's the only one who has the right to, because he is someone who wants to be, he is a hero for the right reasons, not for himself. He's definitely selfless. There ain't a selfish bone in All Might's body. He's the most selfless hero out there. And what Stain's getting at, essentially is people do it for the money. The person that hired Momo and the other girl for the internship, doing the photo shoot and stuff like that. How much is she? Is she really doing it for herself, or is she a selfish person? And you can tell that she is a selfish person, and that's the big thing with all this. He even goes after villains, and he's like, I hate villains that just show off their power just to be reckless. No, whatever you do, the overarching message is, hey, whether you're a villain or whatever, or a hero, there has to be a good reason, a valid reason, not a selfish, reason. It has to be a selfless reason. And the thing with Stain that really gets me, it's the fact that Stain's not a bad person. And let me explain though. Now, he is a bad person because morally that's not right what he's doing, because he's being self-righteous. He's fighting for a greater cause. His thought process is right, and he knows it's right, and people will admit it's right around him. So he's using that to legitimize violence, killing heroes, getting rid of their quirks, getting, to the point where they can't use their legs, they can't use their arms like they used to. Ingenium, he makes it so they can no longer be heroes and or use their quirks, right? He is the hero killer, literally and figuratively. And that's the thing that gets me. It's like, no matter what your cause is, who you're fighting for, what you're fighting for, that does not legitimize violence and or killing. That's something that's morally wrong. It's morally incorrect. But I guess, it's just part of the mission, part of the process to Stain. And I just want to say, I do agree with Stain all the way up into, until that extent. And that's even demonstrated with Stain, because we see that he won't fight Tenya. He said, get lost. And that's the big thing right here. That's another thing. If you guys even made this far into the video, I know it's only like 3 minutes, but I've been rambling on one topic, and sometimes that gets dull. Now, if you made it this far in the video, I applaud you. Now, now the one thing is, he's like, Tenya, get lost, babe. I'm not fighting you. Get out of here. What are you doing? Because he wants to, he wants to reform the world. He wants to get rid of these bad heroes, the heroes that are selfish instead of selfless, right? And he didn't want to attack Tenya because he's going to be a part of that new world. He's not someone who's at fault already. He's someone who can become at fault. And that's what Tenya could do, but he's still learning how to be a hero. He can learn the right way. He isn't who he is yet. And that's why Stain didn't attack him. If a lot of people may be really wondering about that, but if you made it this far in the video, definitely leave it down in the comments below and have a conversation with me about that, because I'm down to talk about that to someone and or with someone. I mean, I can do it via camera, right, like I do right now, and upload it to YouTube, which I'm going to do that. But nonetheless, I'm just really interested to see what people have to say about the whole Tenya thing and Stan's thought process. But other than that, let's hop on to the next topic. So then we actually get to see more Nomus, and we find out that the Nomus are actually people. They've been transformed. They've been given multiple quirks at one time, and it's caused their brain to shut down, and they're a lifeless, empty corpse, basically. They're basically zombies. And that's where things get interesting, because All Might knows. He's like, what is he doing? Is he on the move again? What's he planning? And you can tell All Might even transforms into his form, because out of fear, it's not the fact that he thinks he can't take that said person down. I wouldn't say that, but out of fear, he turned his quirk on. Out of adrenaline, I think would be even better. Adrenaline may be better, but you could tell there was some kind of fear there, like, wow, this guy is a real threat. And it's probably the opposite of one for all. It's all for one, right? And someone who can take quirks instead of give them, obviously all for one, one for all, because you can give one for all to people, and the other one clearly takes quirks, and you can distribute them clearly, because we saw that today. But you could assume it's all for one that they're referring to. Now, I'm really interested as to like who this man is, and that's probably the man who actually injured All Might to begin with. Made it so he's not going to be a hero for much longer. So I'm really going to be interested in seeing that. That's going to be something. That's going to be a fight to remember, man. Like, whoo. Fight to remember. And then I want to hop back on to, not back on, but I want to hop on Deku and Gran Torino really quick here. Gran Torino is crazy fast. Can I just say that right now? But no, more so than even that, I want to say that it's really cool how Gran Torino's like, this kid, Deku, this guy could be a monster. Izuku Midoriya could be a monster because we know one thing we know, and we talk about this like every few videos when we see an epic fight scene and just see raw power from Deku, right? Every time One For All gets handed down, of course we already know the quirk in and of itself gets stronger. But if you add smarts to that, and you can tell Deku's one of the smartest people, even through pros, you can tell because the pros are always like, whoa, what the hell, they see how smart he is, and Gran Torino notices that. He's like, with that power and the way his thought process, he could be a monster. This kid could be a monster. If you even somehow match Deku in strength, he's gonna outwit you. He's gonna beat you with, it's not just bronze, it's brain, it's both. He has both of that, so you have to beat them both, and that's it's virtually impossible to beat, One For All, the quirk in and of itself. So, and on the fact that, hey, no one can even handle All Might probably before this, All For One guy that I'm assuming, how you gonna beat Deku? But other than that, guys, you have been Hex. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter X25. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys.